Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here today. Always wonderful to be here. And so wherever you are, whenever you are, whether it is the morning, afternoon, evening or night, thank you for being here. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about what I call the soul art of meditation. Because, meditation is called many things. There are many processes that are attached to meditation. There's people sort of say meditation for many different things, whether it be mindfulness or all the different types of meditation there is. So whether you're completely new to meditation or you've been practicing for years, this is a time for you. And just listening to me, being in this space, actually honouring yourself to be here is a meditation. It is a space to soften, reconnect, and return to your authenticity, your truth, your soul wisdom. To me, meditation isn't just a technique, it is an art. It's a relationship, it's a remembering of you. And we can talk about remembering as in remembering who we were, as in past lives, if you want to call it that, or different aspects of yourself that you're uncovering that you've forgotten. But also it is about remembering. So all of those parts of yourself that may have been fragmented, that you may have pushed down into the shadow, it's remembering. So it's bringing all of those, all your members back together within you to reanimate them again. So it is, so remembering to me is it works on many different levels. And of course, if you are seeing 1111, that is a sign to you that you are remembering. So you're remembering maybe memories, even though they're not really memories because everything happens now, of course, or you're actually now embracing different parts of yourself that you may have pushed away, which really just means that you're opening your mind to and your body to surrender and to step into the truth of who you are and really start to have those conversations with your higher self and resonate at the vibration of your soul, of your truth, of your authenticity. So there are 3 steps that I talk about in the soul art of meditation, and that is awakening, surrender, and design or creation or manifestation. Try not to use the word manifesting too much these days because there's a lot of stuff connected to it that is sort of outdated now. It's not so much that it's not true, but we have a different take on things now, and so we want to just my work is always about trying to bring the most up-to-date information to you now. I've been doing this work for nearly 30 years and of course I went through the whole new age, if you want to call it that. I mean, everything's new age anyway because it's all new. But what people term as the new age back in the 90s and 2000s. So I've been through all of that and we had certain terminology then because at that time a lot of these ideas and a lot of this work was not part of the vernacular. It was not part of the everyday language that it is now. I mean, I find it truly amazing that things that were so esoteric when I first stepped onto my path, that, you could only talk to a few people around you or a few people that would have an idea of what you were talking about, to now, I can say the word chakras and people have some sort of idea, or spirituality. And I find it absolutely amazing and fascinating that in 25, 30 years, everything has changed so much. And, for that, I'm truly grateful. Awaken, surrender, design. Just to put that into some context, I also would say mindfulness, meditation, and manifestation. And okay, I said before I didn't want to use the word manifestation, but it sounds nice when it's the three M's together. The three M's: mindfulness, meditation, and manifestation. So, which is awaken, surrender, design. So, they are three stages that I help students and clients to work through because, obviously, we first of all awaken and then we surrender, which really just means that we open up to the wisdom of our higher self and things that are beyond our ego and our physical self. And then so that anything that isn't yours can be shown to you so that you can release it. Then you get to design your life from that perspective, which really means you're then going to create your dreams and desires as opposed to creating what you think you have to survive. So you go from survival mode into thriving mode. So imagine that, it's all right, I'm just waiting for something to come. Imagine just for a moment that what if 1% of your day, which is meditating for 1% of your day, could help you transform the other 99%? So that is what meditation has done for me. The very first time I meditated, formally, because obviously we've been doing it all our life, but I mean in a class and formally meditated, I found it difficult to still my mind. And really all that meant is just there was so much noise going on, which came from a lot of fear. And of course, stilling your mind doesn't mean that you push all those thoughts away. It just means that you allow them to be there, but you no longer give attachment to them. You no longer think about them. You no longer follow the story that they're taking you on. You just let them be there. They float in and they float out. Because thoughts are part of being human and who you are, and we don't want to stop them. But we do want to be able to train our minds, train ourselves, so that we can just let them be there without them dictating how we should feel in that moment. Because they're just part of the process of living as a human. But often what we do is we're not aware of it and we just give our attention to it, which makes us sloppy thinkers because we're reacting to every thought that goes on in our mind. And that there's an old saying that says, you don't have to believe everything that goes on in your mind. You don't have to believe every thought that you have because a lot of them may not actually be yours. Often we take on thoughts of the beliefs around us, of our family, of our friends, peers, teachers. We take these beliefs on because we think we have to, and it's those beliefs that create the perception of something and then the thoughts that come from that. So again, that's the awareness part of us. So as you awaken, you are actually awakening into the aware part of you. And what does that mean? It just means that you're realizing that who is the thinker, who is the person that is bringing those thoughts to mind. You become the observer of the thoughts instead of the thoughts taking you by the hand and dragging you over here saying you have to think this. So you're stepping back and being the observer, and you're becoming aware. So when we awaken and we become aware, the world doesn't change, but your perception of it changes and the way you interact with it changes. So then you're going to get different outcomes. And Bashar, or lots of channelers, would tell us that as you awaken, you actually step into a parallel reality of the world. So the world is never going to change, but your perception of it does. So you've stepped into a parallel reality of that. That's just another way of saying it, I suppose. But again, just take whatever resonates with you and leave the rest on the path. Now, the easiest way for us to awaken and be aware is mindfulness. So I just want to quickly talk about the differences between mindfulness, meditation, and manifestation. So mindfulness is a moment-to-moment awareness. It helps you to become present without judgment, and it brings all your empowerment into this moment, because that's where your empowerment is. So that's the concept of mindfulness. It's to be mindful, obviously, and it is to bring everything into this moment so that you can be present right here, right now, because that's really all there ever is. And that's all mindfulness is. It's not meant to be anything else other than that. There are many ways, of course, to bring your attention to this moment, but that's all mindfulness is meant to be. It's, for me, it's like it's like closing down all the apps in your phone or programs on your computer or tabs on your computer, so that you come back to this moment. So it's like you begin to, okay, I'm just going to clear away this app, this idea, this thing. And so once I do all of that, I can then come into this present moment and start from a 0 point of perception. And like a computer will then be able to reset itself to come up to the most up-to-date information it has and then move forward from there. Otherwise, if we have too many apps open, if we have too much software going, there's too much energy being spread out, and that's for us and that's also for the computers. And it's like we feel like we're all over the place. And the computer can feel like there's too much energy going out, it's too much processing power going out to all different things. So you're trying to do one thing, but there's all this stuff going on in the background that it's giving its energy to. So that's why we've got to close everything down so that we can focus on whatever it is that we want to focus on now. So that's what mindfulness is for me. It's like just closing all your apps down, or even rebooting as well, because it does bring you back to a moment where everything, all the energy that you have access to in this moment. So again, that's what mindfulness is. And as I said, don't ever ask it to be anything that it's not. And of course, the whole aspect of mindfulness is to become aware of where you are. Body scan is a mindfulness exercise, and really all that's doing is you're scanning over your body, you're noticing the places that you have tension or tightness, and you're releasing that so that you can come back into the moment, which is the same concept which I was just talking about before. So that's what mindfulness is. So meditation is then, for me, it's about, it goes deeper. It's a sacred space where the ego can soften, so the observer now can soften, and the soul rises. So it's a practice of coming home to yourself. Now, you can say that about mindfulness, but mindfulness is more about just helping the mind to feel safer and bringing all of your attention to this moment. Meditation is a focused inward practice. So maybe we can think of mindfulness as we're actually letting go of the outside world. We're bringing everything into this moment. It's more about what's going on around us, whereas meditation then becomes an inward process where we go in to get to know ourselves more, to reconnect back to who we are. And there are many different forms of meditation, and Vipassana, which is silent meditation, can just mean that you sit in silence with yourself. Or you may have a guided visualization, which I do a lot of, and that takes you on a journey within. For me, that's my silence. So, I've sat in a 2 week Vipassana, I'm not saying that correctly, but you know what I mean, course, and, not being able to interact with other people. And, even though all these people are around you, you can't talk to anyone, everything's is silent. Everything's done in a mindfulness place and in absolute silence. And for me, that loves chatting, and I don't chat for the sake of chatting because I'm not really into small talk at all. But I love the reflection of another person, a relationship with another person, and who helps me to understand myself more, and hopefully I help them to understand themselves more. And the conversation will expand and go into places that I can't go into by myself. However, you do need at some time to just sit with yourself, learning to sit with yourself and allowing everything to come up. Not trying to change it, not trying to push it away, not trying to pull it towards you, but just letting it be there. And so meditation is that focused inward practice. And it can include breath work, mantra work, visualization, sound work, or silence. I always say to people, try as many as you can, as you want to, and see what works for you, because we're all different. I personally love guided visualization because my imagination is my way of connecting to my higher self, to my soul, to all the different parts of myself. And anyone that knows my work, you'll realize that I have, so in my secret language of light deck, the first card is soul name. And in my secret language of darkness, which is this deck, very organized today, that deck, the first card is your shadow name. And the secret language of manifestation, which will be out later this year, there's a manifestation name. Now, you don't really have to have a name, but for me, I like to have those conversations with all the different aspects of myself. I also have conversations with my anxiety and my depression. And my depression for me is like a big cloud that slowly, it's always there. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's part of my creative process because it helps me to go deep into me. But it's a cloud that if I ignore it, or if I don't work with it, it's like this cloud that starts to move forward, and I can have a conversation with it. Because for me, depression is I've depressed the truth of who I am, or my authenticity. And on top of it, I've placed all the other beliefs and ideas of things that I think I have to do to survive, or to be loved, or to take on the family or the culture, or whatever. And I'm trying to live by these ideas. And every time I try to live by these ideas, I don't get the result that I want, because I've depressed the authenticity of me. And that doesn't mean that I ignore these things, but I was trying to do it based on other people's beliefs. And so we look at these beliefs, but you want to allow the authentic you to interact with that, and then you find your own wisdom through that. But of course, what I did is, it's like I didn't trust me. I didn't think I knew enough. I didn't think I was enough. So that part of me went down, and then all of the other beliefs and ideas and food and addictions and all sorts of things got shoved on top and depressed me. And somewhere along the line, you go through that stage of you think, I just can't keep doing this anymore. And then these things start to come up, and we start to awaken and see things differently. That's just my take on depression. It is, and look, sometimes medication can help to bring things into balance, so that you're not being run by these ideas, so that you can then decide to gently allow these ideas to these beliefs to fall away so that you can then begin to reconnect with you. I really want help people to do and understand the concept of I want to be for things, not against them. And that's also what positive thinking is against negative thinking. It doesn't mean that you ignore the things that are going on in your life. You know, I'm so positive, everything's wonderful, even though underneath you're going, life is shit and I don't feel safe and everything is going wrong, because what you're feeling is what is going out into the world. That's what you're putting out vibrationally, and you will get back more of that. So always remember that. That's why we want to be aware, because are the words coming out of your mouth, are they matching your vibration? Are they matching what you're putting out into the world? It's like when somebody says to you, you know, how are you going today? And you just, you know, through social niceties, we just say, oh, I'm fine, thank you. But underneath you're like, oh, actually, I feel like crap today and I don't want to be here. Because what you mean, which is what you're actually feeling, is what you're creating with. So, but of course, you know, and that doesn't mean we go around telling people, oh, I feel crap today either. This is about just you becoming aware as well, because social niceties would, of course, have us probably say, yes, I'm fine, thank you, unless it's somebody you really want to have that conversation with. However, you can still say it, be aware of, I'm not feeling that great, but it just is what it is. We'll just do whatever I have to do to just get on with my day. It's the path of least resistance. But there's a difference to you doing it and being aware of it to you doing it because you think you have to make everyone else feel happy around you, or you have to put on a persona like, I'm okay, everything's good, and I'm independent and I don't need anyone. So it's slightly different. Anyway, I went off on a tangent there. So mindfulness is the moment-to-moment awareness. We use it to bring ourselves back into this moment right here, right now. Meditation helps us to move inward, get to know ourselves, have that relationship with ourselves, to learn how to just be with everything and let the good and let the bad, everything come up and just be with it. So mindfulness is like about shutting down all the apps on your phone, and let's say meditation is then turning your phone off and turning it back on again. And manifestation is about putting new apps on. So that's hopefully that's it's a bit of a weird way, but it to help you understand it. But it is your soul technology, and it's helping you to become more aware of who you are. We are, as we start to work with AI more and actually artificial intelligence, I always find quite odd because intelligence is just intelligence, whatever form it's coming in. But as we have all this technology, outside technology around us, and it's helping us to crunch numbers quicker and do things quicker, it's easy for us to hand our power over to that because it's sort of what we're being taught to do. And what was I trying to say with this? Oh, I know. And we are being encouraged to, put chips in our minds. I mean, in our brains. There is, all of this movement happening to put, chips in children's brains and put things within us. And I don't have any issues with wearables. I mean, I have an Apple Watch. I do things when I'm at the gym. So I use wearables. I use technology, and I don't have any issues with that. But I don't really like the idea of sticking something under my skin or altering myself in that way because I don't really understand my own technology of my humanness. And I think that we are being encouraged to let go of our humanness for technology before we even truly understand who we are as humans and getting to know our own soul technology. Because I think we are far, far more than we think we are. And we're now beginning to awaken into different parts of these, of ourself and humanity. And again, that's what meditation helps us to really do. And our manifestation really uses your imagination to help create something, to create the life you want to create, your dreams and desires. We often use the past as a way to define who we are now and where we're going and how we're going to create our life, based on our beliefs, based on what you've experienced in your life. Now, if everything happens now, so let's say everything's all sort of stacked up on itself now, all the past, present, future, it's all here now, why not reach into the future and take that future part of yourself, the things that you want to create, the things that your dreams and desires that you want, and bring that into the moment and then be that. Nobody said that we have to be the past because, there was no rules and regulations about that. We just came to the conclusion because we've lived it, it's more real, it's more tangible, and it's who we are. But there are no rules to say why not go into the future and do the same thing, because everything's happening now anyway. And I know that can be a bit big to get the mind around because we work in linear time, which is that everything works in a timeline. However, we also know that everything happens now and time is cyclical, that it isn't actually a line. But because we've been taught that, you start here and you end here, and that's how we measure things being humans and in the physical world. And we don't actually want to change that, but we want to learn how to play with that, how to be with that. And we have been changing our relationship with time. The actual components of time don't change, but our relationship to it has. It's like we're putting more into the space in between our manifestations, which means that we feel that time is moving quicker. But it actually isn't. It's just our relationship with time is changing. But anyway, again, that's another thing to sort of get your head around. And again, you don't ever have to believe anything that I say. So just, take a breath and know that I'm here to help you see things from a different perception. And there might be one thing that you resonate with, and just leave the rest on the path. That's fine. That is fine. So I'm going to go through a little meditation which helps us to understand the awakening, the surrendering, and the designing. And always remember that surrendering does not mean that you just let go and you surrender yourself. Surrendering and letting go means that you let go of the resistance to your dreams and desires. You let go of the things that are holding you back from what it is that you want. So when we let go and we surrender, we don't let go of our dreams and desires and the things that we want. We let go of the resistance to it. And it can seem a bit scary because we think we have to be in control of everything. We have to know the idea, we have to figure out how we're going to get there, and then we have to apply it. But as one of my teachers, spiritual teachers, said to me, feel the feeling. Feel how you'll feel when you get this dream and desire. And that's all you need to do. If you ask, you only need to ask once, you just don't need to keep asking. And stop trying to do the universe's job for it. So the universe's job is to bring all the cooperative components to you, all the synchronicities to you. Everything is set in line. All you have to do is be aware and notice it and put them into action. That's it. You don't have to try and figure it out. And that's when my teacher said to me, stop trying to do the universe's job for it, because you're so limited in the way that, because we're limited in the beliefs that we have. So it is, again, go easy and know that when we say surrender, we just don't go, oh, well. It's like when people say, take a leap of faith. A leap of faith is not what people think it is. Often people think a leap of faith is, okay, I'm just going to go and jump into this thing now and it'll all be fine. But of course, a leap of faith is not a leap into the unknown. It's a leap into the known. So you know inside of you that this is the next step for me to take in life. I may have no evidence. I may have no reason for it. I may not be able to explain it to anyone, but I know 100% inside of me that this is the next step I need to take. That is a leap of faith. So it's not, it is the unknown, I suppose, because we don't quite know how it's going to turn out. But so many people go, okay, I'm just going to take a leap of faith. And I can tell you, I've done that in my life. And I've jumped from the frying pan into the fire. Because if you're not aware and you're like, and it's a little bit like I've run away from something and it's like, right, I'm going to make a big change in my life and I'm just going to jump into this because it popped up in my life and it seems like the best thing to do. You may not be able to explain to anyone else and they're looking at you like, what are you doing now? You're going crazy. But everything inside of you is saying, I know that this is what I have to do. That's a leap of faith. It's like there's no outside evidence of it, but there's 100% of inside evidence going on with you. So as we go into this meditation, I'm just going to I'm choosing a card from the Unity Oracle, which is a new deck that I'm involved in. There's 50 authors and 50 artists, all from Blue Angel Publishing, and we've brought out this beautiful deck that is, all of us. So there's so many beautiful energies in here. So I'm going to choose a card that will just, maybe it's something to think about as we go into the meditation. And if you want to make yourself just nice and comfortable, you can sit, you can lie down, whatever is most comfortable for you. And this will be about 20 minutes, the meditation. So I'm choosing a card and we got daring difference, embracing your unique qualities. So there you go. I think that's a beautiful beautiful card to go into the meditation. So it's really helping you to get to know who you are. So daring difference, daring to be different. So let's read that out as you're getting yourself comfortable, and then we'll go into the meditation. Feeling like you're different and you don't fit in can be tough. Some might say it's like being the only unicorn in a field of horses. That's a lovely analogy. But if we look closely, we might see that every creature, unicorn, horse, zebra, has their own unique qualities and beauty. This card reminds you that that your difference is not a deficit, it's a delight. It might be tempting to shy away, but Spirit encourages you to keep going, keep daring, keep charging and changing the narrative. It's what makes you unique and allows you to shine your light on the lives of those around you. People are noticing what you're doing and see you as an inspiration. They admire your bravery in being your authentic self and want to follow in your footsteps. Your soul's challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to encourage others to dive into their difference and show up in the world as their diverse selves. Your actions are paving the way for others to bring their inner unicorns to light. Help them to see that when we unite, acceptance and love are waiting for them. So let's make ourselves nice and comfortable. And just feel your body, just sitting or lying down. Just feel the surface of all around you. Just notice what is going on around you. And then begin to notice your breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. There's no need to change it. Just become aware. Become aware that you are breathing. That your breath, the breath of life, is the animator of your soul in this body. And your breath is like a background app. It is just happening all the time, whether you give attention to it or not. But as you begin to bring your awareness to your breath, you can consciously change it, to change your physiological senses, the way you're feeling. Shallow breathing will activate fight or flight, will activate stress. Deeper breathing will activate the relaxation response, and you will feel relaxed. And there are many, many other ways to breathe using breath work that can change your state of consciousness. For your everyday life, just focus on your breath. If you are shallow breathing, so if you're taking quick deep breaths, you're likely to be stressed and you are activating the stress response in your body. If you need to fight or flee from something quickly, allow that to happen. But if you are safe, take a deep breath in and allow yourself to activate the relaxation response. Because when you are in stress, your body cannot heal. All of its energy is going to survival. And so taking a deep breath in, letting that breath go all the way down, deep, deep into you. And then breathing it out, fully breathing it out. Keep breathing it out until it is all gone. And then taking another deep breath in. It activates your relaxation response. You begin to feel safer, present, empowered. Now your body can heal. Now it can be absolutely present. You can start to create the life that you want to create, and you can feel at ease. Feel how good that feels, to be fully present right here, right now, in the magnificence of you. And in this beautiful space, begin to notice any sounds around you, sounds within your body or around you, but just observing them, just noticing them without giving them any attention. Gently observe any thoughts that are arising, and just again simply observe them. Let them be there. And if you find that you're starting to follow that thought and create a story, just take a breath and bring your focus back to this moment. Maybe become aware of any smells around you. Maybe you can smell the toothpaste that you use to brush your teeth, or any deodorant or perfume you may be wearing, or any other smells around you. Just notice them. Just observe without judgment, allowing everything to be just here as it is in this moment. And now just notice any feelings, any emotions that may be coming up. And again, just gently observe them, just notice them without judgment, without trying to push them away or pull them towards you, without trying to change them, just letting them be there. There's nothing you need to do right now. There's nothing to fix. There's just simply observing. And then just maybe take notice of any tastes in your mouth. It's something that you might be tasting, and again it might be the toothpaste or any food that you might have eaten. There might be a sweetness or a saltiness. Just allow yourself again to observe without judgment. There's no right or wrong here, there's just simply observing. And now we take all of those awarenesses and let's stack them all up on top of each other to become the full awareness of what is going on around you through all of your senses, activating all of your senses to just be the observer and allowing. And as you allow them all to stack up on top of each other, they'll activate your sixth sense, your inner knowing, your intuition, your soul knowing. Just simply allow everything to be right here, right now, in this moment. And you begin to feel a vibration within your heart. You might feel a tingling, just a subtle energy moving within your heart. It begins to expand and grow. You feel your mind softening even more. You feel your heart and your body softening even more. Softening into the beauty of you, the soul awareness of you. All is merging into one. You are aware. You are here. And you are now. You are you. And you are absolutely magnificent the way you are and who you are right here and right now. Breathe that in and just let it move through your whole being. You are fully present in the magnificence of you. And from this most beautiful place, of allowing everything to be just as it is, right here, right now, in this moment. No judgment. You now allow yourself to observe if there is any tension or tightness or anything that may be vibrating at a lower energy. Just simply observe it. And as you do, just take a deep breath in and out, activating that relaxation response. Drop your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Let go, let go. All is well. You're just simply allowing anything that no longer serves you or resonates, vibrates at your new level. Just letting it just simply float away. Releasing, letting go. Surrendering to the wisdom of your higher self, of your soul. And see in front of you now a doorway. And on that top of the doorway it says, "Know thyself." And you're going to step through that doorway, and on the other side is even greater stillness. Greater peace. And deeper authenticity. So when you feel ready, just gently step through the doorway and step into the most magnificent energy of knowing you, being you. This is your complete place of surrender. You are now letting go of all resistance. Anything that holds you away from your dreams and desires. The outside world is softening even more. And you begin to hear the whispers of your soul. And everything that no longer resonates with you or serves you just falls away. Feel this. Feel that beautiful stillness. There is nothing you need to do, and there is no one you need to be except you. To do you the best way that you possibly can in this life. That is your job. And in doing that, in being authentic, you will begin to create ripples of change in your life and around you. Anyone that is in the same vibrational resonance as of you, a similar vibrational resonance, will want to lift to their own vibrational authenticity. They will be inspired to. So be the stone that you throw into the water and allow the ripples to create change. Change that is closer to your dreams and desires and that inspires others to create their dreams and desires. And now just gently feel a shift happening within you, a subtle shift of energy, a spark within you arising. You have awakened, you have surrendered, and now you are beginning to create from within. Feel into that vibration, for it is the most truest, most aligned you. What does that energy feel like? Allow an image or a word or a feeling rise up from within. This is a symbol of your soul's frequency. This is your design. Feel it. Get used to it. Emulate that feeling in your everyday life as much as you can. You don't have to understand this, just feel it. You are a creator. You are a divine expression of life. You are aligned with you, your soul, your soul's journey, and the beauty of you. Breathe that energy in, breathe it out. Gently, gently. Begin to come back to now. Begin to bring all of your awareness back to your body, to the breath, to the room around you, to the space around you. Becoming aware of any smells, of any noises, of any feelings, and just know all is well. Everything can be in this space. And you can choose where to give your energy. But you are now aware, fully awakened. Gently wiggle your toes and your fingers. Feel into the beauty of your physical. Place your hands at your heart. To feel into your physical. and say to yourself, I am awake. I am harmonious. I am aligned. Take one final deep breath in and out. Be fully present right here, right now, in the magnificence of you and your life. And when you feel ready, gently open your eyes and smile. And so just gently, gently come back. I hope that reminded you of the beautiful being that you are, and of the beautiful dreams and desires that you have for your life.